Hey lovies, welcome back to the channel. It's your girl D once again. You know the name, right? In today's video, it is a really sensitive topic, so if you're interested, stay tuned. So today's video is going to be about child molestation, rape, and all those things that goes around in the African community. So today I'm not really going to talk about rape. I'm more so going to be talking about the child molestation part, because that is what happened to me as a child. And yeah, we're just going to jump into it and discuss it. So it happened to me all the way back in Ghana at the age of 4. So it didn't only happen once, it happened on several occasions. So the first time that I can quite remember, and I was very little, but it still like plays in my mind like it just happened today. So the first time that it happened, I was, let's say, at the age of 4. And it was somebody, it happened, so the person that did it was somebody that lived in our neighborhood. He was not a family, he was not somebody I knew. He was just somebody that I would see like now and then. He was a painter, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he was a painter. So you know, in Ghana all the kids will be playing around and stuff. And yeah, so that was the first time that it happened. And imagine like a 4-year-old, like imagine the impact that it would have on you. And I was so afraid. So like, this is the first time that my mom is even going to hear about this, because I didn't tell anybody when it happened the first time. And sorry guys. And then when it happened the second time, I was 5 years old and I kept it to myself as well. So the third time, that was when my mom got to know that something happened. So the second time, you know, growing up, my mom, she was a hustler. Dad was not in the picture. So she was trading in braces and necklaces and like gold chains and necklaces and bracelets and watches. So that time the Ivory Coast was popping when it comes to gold and trading. So my mom will most of the time travel to Ivory Coast to buy stuff and bring them back to Ghana to trade. So mom was always traveling. So I went to live with my grandma because yeah, she was going back and forth. So when I went to live with grandma, that was when it happened the second time. And that was somebody that my grandmother knew. He lived in the house with us. It was like a very big house, like let's say here that's what you call an apartment. So there was like different rooms, and that person at that time was renting one of those rooms. So the thing is, I was so little, I was 5 years old at that time, and he would like be watching my movements, let's say. And then when he noticed that my grandmother was not around, that is when he would come and then do whatever he wanted to do and then leave before leave before grandma returns. So the second time too, I didn't tell anybody about it. And then the third time it happened, that was in the capital of Ghana, in Accra. And that was when mom got to know about it. And it was so severe that even the doctor that treated us thought that maybe, and I'm saying us because it didn't happen to me alone, it happened to me and somebody else, but that is not my story to tell, so I will leave that part out for the person to tell their own story when they're ready to tell their story. So it was so severe that the doctors thought that we would not be able to have kids when we grew up. So they subscribed like this injection for us that I remember at that time, one of my cousin, his name was Chief. He was the one taking us to our appointment. So we, like, every week we will go there, and then they will give us this injection to prevent that. Don't ask me what kind of injection that was, because like I was 6 years old at that time, so I can't quite remember. So the thing I wanted to say about this is, like, even in this day and age, because sometimes I will watch like programs like on like Ghana stations like Crime Watch, Zion Felix, those kind of programs, and then like I will still see that in this day and age, like in 2021, it is still happening in Ghana. Like, and the one thing I want to say about it is, when it happens, like the Ghanaian moms, like the aunties, everybody, don't keep it hush hush, because that is our problem with child molestation. When it happens, we tend to downplay it, and it's like a hush hush subject. We don't want to talk about it. We tend to protect the predator instead of protecting the victim. And that is something I wanted to say, because even though now I'm able, with the help of God, I'm able to I've been able to heal, there are still some people who are struggling with it. Sometimes I have my good days that I'm okay, and then sometimes I have my days that I'll be like, why did this happen to me? And it leaves people broken and feeling very angry inside, and being like the Ghanaians would say, being like, some people will label you as umbuadie, like being disrespectful, but deep down they are not willing to go to the surface to like find out what is wrong with the person. Why is the person acting this way? Growing up, I was very, very angry inside. Like, I was really angry. Like, I'll get angry for the least things. And like with my sisters and stuff, if we are in an argument, like I'll say stuff to hurt them first before they will get the chance to say something that will hurt me. So I was always throwing the first punch. Like, I didn't want anybody to hurt me like that anymore. So I would just say something that would like cut them so deep that yeah, they can't say anything that can hurt me anymore. So that is the thing. And it's like, child molestation is even worse than killing somebody. Like, it's even worse than leaving the person to die, because the person is not dead, but on the inside they're really broken and dead inside. It's like the psychological effect that it has on the person. Like, if you've not been through it, like, you can have you can place yourself in that person's shoes. So what I want to say is, especially for us Ghanaians, instead of you not knowing the person and labeling the person like the person is this, the person is that, you don't know what the person has gone through. If you're to walk a mile in that person's shoe, maybe you will not even get far. So instead of talking bad about the person, try to get to know that person and find out like what happened and why is the person acting in this way. And then I wanted to tell you guys a story as well. We went to Ghana in 2002 for my grandmother's birthday, and when we were there, it was time for us to come back because the birthday was over. And I had to, like, everybody had gotten their braids. You know, when you're in Ghana, when you're coming back, the first thing you do is get you a braid. So my sisters, somebody came to the house to do their braids, but that time I was out with my friends, so I was like, yeah, I don't have time for that. So I was the last person to go and get my braids done, and my mom had this lawyer. So he came to the house and he was going down the same route that I was going. And my mom was like, can you drop her at the hairdresser's? And he was like, okay. So I was in the car and we were going. And then you can see, like, when the person start behaving in a certain way, you start feeling uncomfortable because of their behavior. Like, you can sense that this person is going to say something that is inappropriate, let's say. So we were going to the hairdressers, and he was like, in Chi, he was like, when niswa shedodo organ and kame repuama when niswa shena bafom. So in what he was trying to say is, I'm too let's say I'm too harsh, like I'm all over the place. Let's say I'm too vibrant all over the place. So if I was in Ghana, he would rape me so that my character, or like the attitude, will come down. And as a kid, as a 14 years old at that time, I was like really taken aback. And he's a lawyer in Ghana, so mind you, he can do it and get away with it because of his position that he withhold. And that is like very, very bad. Like, people in high positions in Ghana are doing these things mainly because they can get away with it, and they don't have to answer to anybody, or they can just pay their way out of it. So this is what I wanted to talk about today. I know it is a really sensitive topic, but I know it happens a lot, especially in the African community. I'm not going to even say the Ghanaian community, the African community, because I've talked to a lot of people that are not Ghanaians that these things happen to them as well. So I'm going to talk, like, I'm talking about the African community as a whole. And let's stop this attitude of not wanting to talk about it and protecting the predator instead of protecting the victim. Like with me now, I'm very paranoid because of that. If my children are going somewhere, I'm screening the place, like figuring it out if there is somebody there that is going to hurt them or do what somebody did to me when I was a kid. So sometimes it's like protecting my kids for not that to happen to them. And I know I can protect my kids from the evil that is in this world, but it leaves you really, really, really paranoid as a mother. And that is not something that any girl or any woman has to deal with. So we've come to the end of this video. I know this is not like my usual videos, but like I said, my channel is not going to only be about hair. I'm going to talk about things that happens in my childhood, like story times as well. It's going to be about beauty, about hair, like anything that I have knowledge of, I'm going to share with you guys. So thank you guys so much for tuning in for this video. I really appreciate you guys. We're on our way to 1K, so help your girl to get there, and I have a surprise for you when we reach 1K. So thank you guys so much for sticking around, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.